Does her
That,
bleed like? Sorry, go on ahead. You're good.
no. You're saying? Go ahead.
So like obviously when you melee, she gets bleed damage when you stick someone with a knife and everything.
Yeah.
Does it already stack on top of each other so like you gain more health quickly? That's already a
No.
thing, right?
It
No,
stack it
I would say
stacks
do
as
that.
far as like if you trigger bleed on multiple people, the bleed is obviously triggered on multiple people. But the healing ramp up, it doesn't like, oh, if I carnage 5, it doesn't just like bump up the healing a lot.
Gotcha.
It's just,
Well, I mean,
are you saying like that would be what you could do as far as a buff?
yeah, but then that could be a buff, but then you could
That
easily
would,
fall into the category of what she
yeah,
was when she came out.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
so
exactly. You would power creep into the point where she's oppressive, in my opinion. That would be, it's a good move as far as Junker Queen sustainability, but a bad move as far as playability for anybody else playing against
that's fair.
her.
That's fair.
Because then obviously you just go straight back to Queen Rush or what Jotes, and then she just becomes oppressive. And then every game is just Junker Queen, Junker Queen, Junker Queen, Junker Queen, Roadhog, Junker Queen, Junker Queen.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking at the shout. It's 14-second
yeah, for
cooldown. I think
yeah, I
make that maybe a 12
I think it
just to
was
see how fast.
12 before.
Really?
Yeah, I believe it was 12. It might have been even 10, but I think it was. I think it. If it was 10, it went from 10 to 12 to 14, or it went from 12 to 14. But I'm pretty sure at some point it was 12. Maybe on launch.
I think
But
put that back into 12.
okay, yeah, I could see that. Like, I do think like I literally was just playing Junker Queen earlier because I woke up at 2:30 and I was just like, I'm not going back to sleep. I'm just gonna play some Overwatch. Um, and literally permanent uptime. Like, I don't think I'm the best. Excuse me. Let me not say that. I don't think I'm a great Junker Queen, but I think I play her to a decent skill level. And
I would say out of all of us, you are probably the better Junker Queen.
Yeah.
um, thank you. I would think that her uptime is very good right now without anything happening to her. Her uptime, if you can hit all your cooldowns, is very good. And
Do you
obviously
think
her
the
ult.
Jagger?
Say again?
Do you think the Jagger Blade also needs a buff?
No, I think Jagged Blade's fine. I think they increased the hitbox on it. They let you like it can bleed, it can trigger bleed, everything. I think Jagged Blade is fine. The Carnage is fine. Her ult's fine. I think just
So
like
you think the Shout needs a bit more buff then?
I think her
Giving it one with.
sustainability as a solo tank needs to get changed.
Yeah. I can agree to that.
Okay. Here's something that, in my opinion, he is a victim of the tools around him more than him. Sigma.
100%.
I
100%.
yeah.
100% needs changes or 100% nah, he's good.
I would say 100% a victim of his surroundings. Because again, Sigma's very glass cannony. He gets outplayed by Reinhardt. Reinhardt just walks into Sigma and just kills him automatically. Zarya outplays him. I would say Winston as well can outplay him as
Sigma
well.
and Reinhardt is a 50-50.
That
That's
I'm not
true.
gonna lie to you. That opinion is wild. Cause right now Sigma is everywhere. He's completely meta. And I was saying that
Yeah.
like the picks around him are what make him meta. Cause
Me.
you're right. Ryan Rush would kind of crush Sigma poke comps. But the problem with that is that means you have to get close. But right now the meta is Sigma, Bash, and Mei. So your rush is not getting anywhere close to them without losing your shield. And then if you get walled off from your Lucio, you're you're going back to the spawn room. But I literally, since I started playing him in Overwatch 1 and like seeing him being played at higher levels and everything, I have thought he is the perfectly balanced take in the way that he can be counterplayed, but he has an ability or cooldown or whatever to answer all of those CDs and everything
Yeah.
to the point to where like he's at its highest level perfect, and even at an average level he is like a tank with no flaws outside of going against a Rhine Rush or even a Junker Queen Rush, Ram Rush type. But I do think that is a problem. Because I think that, like, the reason that we see Sigma so much is because he's been this good this entire time. He has barely been changed. I think they changed his shield. I think they gave it more health, actually, when Overwatch 2 came out. And he's come to a point where, like, okay, now all the other tanks suck. Now you notice that I'm here. And you realize that, like, oh, if you play everything right with him, he just runs a lobby.
That's true. I would say probably change his graphitic flex. Instead of getting it at the end of the cooldown, get it while you're in the process of consuming it.
It definitely.
Oh, oh, you mean the countdown starts when you use the ability?
No, not the countdown, but like you know how like at the end of the graphitic.
Oh,
Whatever
you mean
it's
When
the
it builds
called.
up.
yeah, get the armor and stuff
Yeah.
while
you
you're
just have to
eating,
type at
so
the
you
end.
can just, instead of waiting to
Oh.
the end of it and get your big health boost, you just you have it while you're eating.
Yeah, correct. And I would say maybe give that kind of health like a different kind of like damage resistance, like maybe like a 10% or like a a 5%. I don't know numbers, but something like that. Make it very small so that way it doesn't just go away.
Another nerf I probably think could be a benefit for us would probably the damage what the rock does. Maybe reduce the damage. Because I do think if you get hit by a rock, you're basically almost done, especially for the characters that have 200 HP.
They did take out the one-shot combo, which was the rock, then hit with two
Really?
orbs. Yeah, you can't
They
do
did,
that
yes.
anymore.
You have to get into melee or like another two.
Yeah, it takes it would take two volleys and a rock to kill someone now, when it used to be rock, volley, dead. So they have nerfed him in that way, where they took because they're trying to get rid of one-shots, but obviously Widow and Hanzo exist, so that's always fun.
Yeah, but they're snipers. What can you do?
Not have them in the fucking game? You can't tell me that you enjoy playing against Widow and Hanzo on Havana.
I was playing Hanzo. I was playing Hanzo yesterday. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really good at him, but it was really annoying just feeling how
So
easily
you think
Sybil
like
was to get kills.
sniper heroes should not exist in this game?
I don't think one-shots exist, because you can't outplay them. Because the one-shots that involve CDs and resource management and just like actual skill, like the Roadhog one-shot, the Sigma one-shot, the Doomfist one-shot, which would be just hitting somebody into a wall and hitting the headshots after. Those are fine because they involve skill. Not saying that hitting a headshot is involving skill, but you know damn well that you have walked just down the wrong lane where Hanzo's just spamming arrows and one hits you right between the eyes.
I can agree with the
100%.
Hanzo thing, but the Widow's
The
you definitely
Widow
skill.
makes a bit more sense because obviously you can't one shot from like 20%. You have to charge it up to 100, like
Well, not
that.
all the way
She,
to 100. I seen
yeah, I
some
think it's like
being-
80 to 100 is like one shot territory.
Yeah,
But
even then you gotta be careful.
yeah, but I mean like Widow canonically
Widow
makes
makes
more
sense.
sense.
Hanzo
But like
does.
Hanzo doesn't. You can't like no like I don't know if I did it earlier or the other day when I was playing. I just happened to walk by this area, no sonic arrow, nothing. He's just spamming arrows down this choke at head level, and I happen to walk into
Yeah.
it. I can't outplay that. I'm just trying to get to point. All of a sudden, I'm back in the spawn room.
I would say as the arrow travels, make it slow down so that way it does less damage instead
We'll
of
hold
doing,
that topic for the
same amount of
DPS.
damage.
We're kind of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
talk
that's
about
true,
we'll
true,
talk
yeah.
about that on the DPS episode. But right now, I'm just trying to get through the tanks right now. But in any event, I think Sigma is, like I said, a victim of his surroundings, and he's fine. He's probably been untouched for too long, to be honest. Like, they need to
Do
look
you
at
think he needs a
his
buff
ability.
somewhere?
No, I don't think he needs a buff. I think he's too strong, to be honest. He needs a weakness. He doesn't have a weakness. He has a shield. When that breaks, he has an eat. When that's done, he has a stun. Then he has graphitic flux that opens up for everything else to shoot you.
Yeah, he's got back
Like,
in some days.
yeah. Like I said, like the only thing that really like screws him is when you get up close. But obviously, if he has the right supports and he has the ability to disengage, then you're just dead in the water. Like if you rush him, and then he has a Lucio and he just speeds out of your rush, you use rush to get in. Now you're dead in the water in the middle ground, and now his team is poking you down, or you use charge and he rocked you and all that kind of jazz. I don't know. Like I think I enjoy Sigma. I play him a decent amount, and I don't think he's oppressive, but I also play with you guys, and we don't play meta. We just kind of just play what we want to play.
Yep.
Yeah, I enjoy playing Sigma just because of his Galactic Emperor skin. I'm not gonna lie. I've learned to love Sigma. I really didn't like playing him because he was just kind of out of my skill tier. But like this game,
Yeah,
has
he was
kinda
definitely
made me
one of
love
the
Sigma.
harder tanks to play.
That's why I didn't play him Overwatch 1, because I picked him up and I was like, I don't know if I'm good enough to play him. And I went back to my off-rolling tank. My off-tank roll. Even though I guess technically in Overwatch 1, double shield with Sigma Orisa. Oh yeah, that's right, because Sigma would be the main, Orisa would be off-tank, and that's what I would play anyway. So yeah, basically I just went, Sigma came out, and I was like, I don't know if this is right for me. I just went back to off-tanking for the last of the tanks. Winston. I think, me personally, he needs something. I don't know exactly what it is, but he needs
got
to be
a
buffed in some
secondary
way.
fire buff from 30 to 40 meters, by the way.
You think it needs a rework?
How many times do you use that stupid I understand it's some distance stuff, but how many times do you actually use it?
Honestly, it can practically almost one-shot someone. I'm not gonna lie.
That's not
Wait,
true
are
at
you
all.
talking about the secondary fire for
It
Winston?
actually, when
You just said it
slow
went
down
from
the secondary
30
fire,
and 40 meters. I don't know how much it does.
Yeah.
It does 75 charged up.
So
Really?
if you leap on
I think it's
someone and land on
75.
them, if
I
you
feel like
leap
it's
and land
slower.
on
I don't
someone,
think it's
the
that
impact
good.
damage will hit them along with your melee
I'm gonna
and
look it
your
up.
alternate fire. That's a one-shot combo. It does massive damage. You chunk through health easily.
You can't charge it up while you melee though.
No, like so when you jump in the air, you're charging it, and when you land, you release it, and then melee. When you land, you're
Oh,
into a
I
certain
see.
animation. It's an animation cancel. Yeah.
I
It's
see.
huge damage.
Okay, I'm gonna have to try that at some point. Okay, so Winston probably needs some kind of buff. Just not sure what it is.
Maybe like another ability kind of thing, or like make his primary fire do a little bit more damage, or give it some kind of alternate damaging ability. Not like the secondary fire, but like make it do more damage against like shields or like whatever, something like that.
I was thinking along the lines of a damage to his Tesla cannon, yeah, too.
Yeah.
And I think I
the
mentioned
mag-
it in the last one. Was just like sustained damage from it. Maybe offers in a little shock grenade from Call of Duty where it makes you fire your gun or shoot your aim straight up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because
Yeah.
because I know with me, especially with Roadhog, if I fire one shot and I'm disengaging, I'm hitting that reload button. Every bullet counts with certain characters.
Also, by the way, that max charge is only 50 damage.
Oh, okay, it's 50. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, oh yeah,
I was gonna,
75.
I don't
75
think
would
it
be
did
broken. You would two-shot a
Yeah.
Tracer with that.
Actually, no. Doesn't she have 200 now HP?
Did Tracer?
Tracer's almost
No,
like
she still has
150.
150.
I
There's
know.
no way she went to 200.
I remember it. I might think I
I
made
don't
that
think
up.
she got a health buff. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she's another 200. I'm pretty sure she's
I
still
hope she didn't get a
150.
health buff. That'd be kind of annoying.
She doesn't need a health buff. She's fine. Tracer's once again a victim of her surroundings. Other things are countering her too well.
So the consensus on Winston is maybe some changes here or there.
Yeah, I think for Winston it might just literally be either primary fire rework or just a buff to just straight up damage. Because the tickle cannon is annoying sometimes. Because you can't melt through anything unless you have nano.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I will jump back lines and they'll just be out healed and I barely get them down a quarter the entire time I'm in there and then I just die.
No, it was the Hanzo nerf I was thinking about. This HP change.
Oh, okay.
That was the one that got confused. I don't know why I thought a Tracer was there.
Hanzo?
Gotcha.
Oh, never mind.
No.
Anyway.
Because I think Hanzo went down, right, in health?
It was Cassidy.
Yeah, Cassidy got
Oh, gotcha.
200 to 225.
Yeah, he went down to 200.
Yeah. Let's see, we have Diva, Roadhog, and
I
Orisa.
think Diva's the next one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we already talked about Hog. Not really.
We have not touched on the reworked Hog. Because I personally haven't got my hands on him. Cole has, so he can
I haven't
attest
either.
a little bit to maybe how it feels. But we'll kind of do that last, since he's the latest to get a little change. We'll kind of tackle Diva and Orisa in the same area, because I think they are the same in a little ways, in the ways that, like, if they're overtuned, they're oppressive. And then, obviously, Orisa's job is just the tank, what is it called? The tank counter within the tank role, where what she does counters a lot of abilities, because obviously you can't charge through her as Rhine, you can't stun her as Sigma, you can get speared with her, speared by her to cancel all of your stuff, cancel your power block for Doom, cancel Shatter. I mean, it's just a CC, you know what I mean?
Cancel.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
brought up something last episode regarding her hardened form.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, she needs to be able to be a
the
headshot.
box.
Yeah.
I think.
yeah, but I
you
also
were onto
added
something.
into that one where do that, but she gets more resistance in the headshot category.
I think it would make sense. Yeah, like a damage reduction of maybe like 25, maybe 25%.
Yeah,
is
specifically
too
around
high.
the head area.
Yeah, like that makes sense. Like, okay, she can be headshot, but she takes less damage. Like, it's still more than the body, but it's still less damage than hitting her in the face when she's not in Fortify.
I would
Because I think
say,
the fact that she can't be headshot in Fortify is stupid.
I would say, like how you're saying lower. I would say keep her regular body damage reduction the same, but maybe give her like a 5% damage reduction to headshots, because headshots do a lot of damage.
True. But I think 5% is negligible. Like 5% is like something you're just not going to notice. As far as like, oh, I'm hitting her in the face, she's getting melted a little bit faster. To the point where, like, okay, if I'm gonna shoot her in the face and it's only 5%, I'm just gonna aim for the body because I can't miss the body.
Yeah, that's right, because she does have armor. Maybe give it to where the extra headshot damage does more to armor, but then it's gonna, like, scale on back.
Either they don't
Yeah.
do the headshot damage, or probably just reduce the resistance on. ammo she
Fortify?
can take. Yeah.
I think at that point, then you make her too weak. Because then you're just like,
It's
okay, well,
it's hard. What would be the best option for Fortify?
yeah, I think Fortify is fine. I just think that like adding maybe a different headshot multiplier in Fortify and then actually allowing her to take headshot damage is the way to go to essentially nerf her down to everybody else instead of trying to bring everything else up. Make her more in line with everything else to where you're not just she's not obviously better than what you're picking.
Controversial opinion. I would say make Arisa's spear kind of like Hanzo's arrow, where you have to hold it to do a certain amount of damage. If you hold it, it does X amount
No.
of damage. I mean,
If that would
you
if you do
can.
that,
I
then
would here's the thing. I kind of agree with that, but I would say hold it to get CC.
There you go.
but then the
Yeah.
problem is they would have to like to remove the stun thing because if you get hit by a wall with that charge hit, you're probably guaranteed dead.
No, but
Well, I
that's
mean,
no, that's
if
what I'm
you
saying. That's what he's saying. Like
Oh, okay.
say you throw it after just 1 second, then it's just a spear. But if you hold it for like I don't know, 1.5, 2 seconds, then it's like your regular spear that she has now, so it has
Oh.
CC. But like if she just throws it real quick, it's not CC. Maybe it always has a knockback, and the knockback changes based upon how long she holds it.
held it for.
Yeah, held it for, and then obviously if she holds it for the max, it has CC.
Yeah, okay, I got you.
I would say. Uh,
You just went completely robotic. What did you just say?
He did?
On my end, you did.
I was gonna say something about her. I was gonna say something about her spear, but I completely spaced on it. Never mind. Sorry.
Okay. Um. Okay, I guess that just leaves.
Well,
I don't really want to talk about Diva too much because
don't
I
think
know
there really is much
she's
to
just
talk
Diva.
about. Yeah.
At this, she gets buffed, she gets nerfed. She's a little meta right now because I will tell you, playing Diva into
It's
a
a
lot of
coin
things
flip
with the rocket
basically.
buff, you can melt through a lot of health with that.
Yeah.
Um, but with that aside, actually no, Diva, no, that defensive matrix needs to change. You shouldn't be able to eat something from the side. You
You
should
can
be
almost
able, you
entirely
need
use
to
the
be
whole roll
staring
on
at
ult.
whoever is casting the ult or
Oh,
whatever.
right.
You shouldn't be able to like look to the left and still be able to eat it. Personally, I think it should be dead on or not at all.
I had a weird interaction the other day with Diva where someone on our team was playing Diva and they were dematrixing me, and I was literally in their dematrix, but I got headshotted anyways, and it didn't delete it, which I thought was really weird because I know for a dang fact an enemy has been far outside of the matrix, and my projectiles have gotten eaten, and it's super annoying.
Yeah, like I don't think there's a lot of consistency with the Matrix, and I think that's why I was saying like it needs to be head on or not at all. Like you should need to get into the position of the tank, which is just face first into whatever's coming, and that's when you're able to eat.
Or what's it called? That's a good idea. But like once you hit it, you commit to the ability, and it goes on like a X amount of second cooldown. There's no resource bar or anything. Like it's just like an ability you burn.
Oh, instead of having it where it's just a rechargeable thing.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. I think for at least Diva, you could do that, but if you get a full Matrix, let's say every 3 seconds, because her current thing is like barely like a second and a half, to where she can use it again. It's just not as long. But if you make it an ability that's just you can use it, let's say every 4 seconds you
Two.
get 3 seconds of D Matrix, and like it stops um or it starts its cooldown when it's finished. So if you use it for a quick second, it already goes on cooldown. Even if you misclicked, like at that point you teeter on somewhat you're like oppressive when you know how to play Diva, and then horrible as far as feel goes. I think everybody's used to the D matrix how it is now, where it's just a resource to burn, and like it has a little bit of a cooldown, but that's usually when you're just trying to spam it. I think that the D matrix just needs to change as far as what I was saying, where it needs to be head on. I think the duration needs to change. I'm not sure what the perfect number is, because I think it got buffed to where it is now. And I think where it was before that was like didn't feel as good. They just buffed her rockets to where they fly out faster.
Controversial opinion on Diva. If they keep the resource bar, she should be able to delete the rock, but have it take more resource.
Interesting.
Like how long is the cooldown?
No, like as far as like it takes longer to recharge if she eats an accretion rock from Sigma.
Yeah. Because
so like she could eat it, but it takes, yeah. Or maybe depending on the projectile, you have more cooldown. Like if it's a Hanzo Dragon ult.
It would just eat all the Diva matrix.
Yeah, it would just eat all the matrix, but then you kind of like you teeter on like, why does that take the whole matrix, but I can use visor, and she's not able, or like she's able to eat some of it, but since it's visor bullets and not regular soldier bullets, she can't eat through the entire ult.
Maybe
you know what I mean?
Can she not do that now?
Would probably be better.
She can eat through a decent amount of it, and if she spams it, she can just kind of like eat it, like eat a little, eat it with her body, eat a little, eat it with her body, and she's getting healed.
It's
like,
fine. Eat the whole thing almost.
Yeah, she can eat the whole thing almost, but I'm saying like if you changed it to where like ults count for more of her D matrix.
Yeah, like it takes
the
more
ults that have like obviously multiple fires, like a soldier ult, a Cassidy ult, Bob for Ashe, Roadhog, like you teeter on things like, well, now she just feels horrible because I can't eat an ult. Like I basically just have to run away from it.
Like for the single ults like Hanzo, Zarya, grab, probably maybe take like a chunk out of the Diva matrix. I don't think the whole thing. Maybe probably a decent chunk.
I think it would be a good change, but the case-to-case balancing would be harder, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like that would be hard to like calculate.
Because if you like, let's say you treated everything else like abilities, you treated abilities and primary fires all the same, but it only changed for ults, you'd have to balance it per character per ult, as far as what you can eat. So I think that like that probably causes a bit more problems as far as production goes than it would solve any major Diva issue, in my opinion.
Yeah. So consensus on Diva is definitely needs some changes. Maybe some. She definitely needs to be looked at. It seems kind of like Roadhog.
I think Roadhog's a completely different animal. I think Diva is fine. She's another grandfathered off-roll tank from. Wait, would Diva? No, because Diva Roadhog would be a comp in Overwatch 1, so Diva would be a main tank in Overwatch. No, right? Was Diva off tank in? I would
consider people who have shields to be main tanks. I'm not gonna lie. I would say even.
Yeah, because it would be Winston Diva, and Winston would be main tank. So I guess yeah.
So you don't see Orisa in Overwatch 2 with main tank anymore?
In Overwatch 2, she is a bit more of a main tank, but like as far as like her role in Overwatch 1, she's off tank because she usually would be with the Sigma.
I will agree with that. Now it's because I'm trying to confirm like also like you say any character who has a shield are main tanks. So, and I was like, are you implying Orisa's not a main tank in Overwatch right now?
Yeah, no. The reason I would consider them a main tank is because they're actively blocking damage. Orisa
Well,
has a
Orisa
javelin
can do that
spin,
as
so
well, just with.
yeah. But it's not like an active shield that you can always have up like Sigma and Reinhardt and kind
No,
of.
but he's saying like in Overwatch 1, she did have a shield.
Oh yeah, no. She would be considered a main tank as well. Even if her HP for her barrier was 600 health, it's still a barrier that you can have up.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like technically, the meta thing was there was double shield with Sigma, uh, Sigma Orisa, but Orisa is the off tank in that role.
Oh gosh,
She
So
was
yeah.
a fucking.
I think it
I would
depends
say
on
she was a fucking
what the
fireball
comp
tank.
is, because obviously there was also Orisa Roadhog, and Roadhog is never a main tank. He's always an off tank.
Yeah.
So
She was a powerful off tank in Overwatch.
yeah, I think she
Goddamn.
was. Yeah, I think for an off tank, that's why it was that we got to that point where like, oh, she's just like very
the final
good.
last season, she was dog shit now.
Yeah,
Like she got nerfed to hell and back.
yeah. But okay, finally, the reworked
Roadhog.
Roadhog.
All right,
I've
Moment you've all
Cole,
been waiting
give me your
for.
opinions. 'Cause
Yep,
from what
first
I've
look.
seen with the clips, it looks pretty disgusting.
All right, I have the perfect example. That's literally it. That's all they did to him. They removed his secondary fire. They made his breather go on at like a second cooldown. It's a resource.
It's a
meter.
resource cooldown now, right?
Yeah, it's a resource.
Correct. Yeah.
now.
So even if you get stunned, you can still pop it. It's either a 40 or 30% damage resistance now. Honestly, as much as I miss the secondary fire, I kind of like this new Roadhog because he can one-shot again. And I think the whole point of the change was to get rid of the one-shot. And they really didn't do that with that. I was playing Reaper earlier into a Roadhog.
So wait, are you saying that you can one-shot characters now?
You could still one-shot.
Roadhog,
Yeah.
he does have a one shot again. It's
Yes.
not as
What?
counterintuitive, because obviously before it's just hook, headshot, that's it. Or like, no, you would
Yeah.
melee too. No, you
mean,
wouldn't
even-
melee. It would just be hook, headshot, right?
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
no,
even
melee
in the
too.
beginning of Roadhog,
Oh.
you could still one-shot him.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
now it's hook into Pigpen, headshot melee.
Actually,
Hmm.
actually now, from what people saw, it's hook into this and then shoot.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
hook,
this is the
Pigpen,
thing.
yeah.
But
Ma-
but in
uh,
my opinion, that seems alright because you're utilizing.
They're using
a lot of
CDs
abilities.
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was playing Reaper earlier, and I 100% got one-shotted by this little trap right here. It damaged me enough to where the Roadhog could just instantly kill me. I was shook. I'm not gonna lie. The 30% damage resistance, you definitely feel it, because I was definitely just bleeding health when I was trying to get out of engagements. It's rough to get used to, but once you get used to it, I'm pretty sure it'll be fine.
He's less
I
tanky
think
now.
he's still pretty tanky if you know if you know what fights to take and if you land your hooks. But that's always been Roadhog. I would say they probably should change his ultimate. I wouldn't mind an ultimate change. Maybe give him, instead of it being like a pellet spread kind of machine gun kind of thing, maybe change it to like a different kind of scrap that does different kinds of damage, or like give it some sort of like effect kind of thing,
Yeah, I can see them doing something like that.
Yeah. but
Twix,
you
we
also
actually
to
have not
fix-
heard from you in
Yeah, I was gonna say.
a while.
I'm so sorry, Tix.
He
You don't
shot
have
me
a
a
lot to
text. His
contribute in
dog's
these
constantly
situations.
barking.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll assume he's agreeing and disagreeing with everything.
Plus, with the ultimate for Roadhog, it could be effective like if you put like characters in a cornered wall, because at that point you can just keep them to yourself and eventually kill them.
Yeah.
Like I think that's where like Roadhog's ult is probably the most effective.
And honestly, the three big.
It also helps to push away like characters that are ulted, like Ramatra, for example. You keep him away long enough, and his ult is gone. Or even potentially Zarya grab. You can just push all the enemies away and hopefully not have them utilize the grab.
That's true. Yeah, I was doing that today actually. I got grabbed, popped ultimate, pushed everyone back far enough to at least give us time to kind of regroup and recuperate. But overall, I like the changes, but I feel like people are, people are people. We're human. We're always going to find stuff to complain about. Personally, I think they probably could do more with the change. But overall, it's a good change.
Bro, tell that to the Mercy haters. Jesus. Just delete that character.
Yeah, we'll talk about them on the supports in a different one. Hopefully, when Lucky can join us.
Oh yeah, I definitely want Lucky to join in this conversation for healers.
That's gonna be a heated debate. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one. But in any event, we have discussed all the tanks. I think closing remarks are, as a role, they need changes, mostly buffs as a role, because they need to be in line with how oppressive every other role is. And I think that'll be it for this episode.
And also, if you're wondering why we didn't talk about the new hero, he's not fully as, so there probably could be some more changes to him.
Yeah, I think you can kind of treat Malga like a Roadhog. Like anything that's wrong with needs to be changed with Roadhog is probably the same as Malga.
I could definitely see him with a combination of him and Bastion together. My God.
Yeah, because they're already reworking him from the little BlizzCon trial we had.
That's what they released.
Yeah.
I will say this: he was a lot of fun to play.
I would say I had about the same amount of fun as I did if I played Roadhog, which was if they had an Ana, I didn't have fun, which was every fucking game I played with him. Because they always had an Ana, so I got anti'd and then just melted by their Malga because we weren't running an Ana, or their Kiriko hit the Suzu, and now I'm just dead in the water. So I will say from my experience, he feels horrible as far as like he is completely countered by Kiriko Ana, much like Roadhog.
Well, I mean,
is enabled by Kiriko Ana.
Even with the new changes now, you can pretty much counter the counters. You just gotta not get caught out in the open. That's the biggest thing.
Basically, just be good at the game.
Pretty much, yeah.
Need teamwork,
which is what this game is all about. Teamwork. Don't be solo. Don't push alone, Cole. But in any event, next time we chime in will probably be the support debate or the support role chat, which will have our resident Mercy main talk about how Mercy is perfectly fine. In any event, see you guys next time. Meteor strike.